So Valentine's Day wasn't just a day for romance or showing your special loved one that you care. Evidently, it was also the day to tell people that Mortal Kombat, yes, Mortal Kombat, is coming to Fortnite. Yes, you heard me right. So unexpected. I'm going to break down the details. I'm also going to kind of go into detail about kind of the history of Warner Brothers IPs and crossovers that Mortal Kombat has had in the past. Yes, there have been some. And really, why now? Why specifically now are we getting this kind of collaboration crossover? So let's get to it. So, this comes via Siege GG. As Chapter 6 Season 1 comes to an end, Epic Games has a unique theme for Season 2, which we call Lawless. I am not a Fortnite player. I don't pretend to be one. I have friends that are, still to this day. I've tried to dabble here and there. It's just not my cup of tea. Maybe with this new Mortal Kombat edition, I'll kind of dip my toe. We'll see. But for now, I stay away from Fortnite. The skins in the Battle Pass will be inspired by outlaws and some anti-heroes of sorts. The skins in the Battle Pass are McGill, Midas, kind of dressed in a very lawless costume, and Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. Yes. So, as reported by FMBR Intel on X, the Mortal Kombat Fortnite collab will include 2 skins and 2 new mythics for each character. So the other Mortal Kombat skin will be Scorpion. It'll be added, I guess, at a later time during Season 2 of Chapter 6. More specific details, though, that he shares are around the MK mythics, that Scorpion's Spear Hook, Sub-Zero's Ice Gauntlets, and the Scorpion's mythic has the Get Over Here audio when you've hit a player. All things that people want to see when they have a Mortal Kombat character, especially these two, which are what I would say are the epitome and the image of the franchise as a whole. When people think of Mortal Kombat, yes, while Liu Kang is at the center of all the storylines most of the time, a lot of people go straight to Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Now, there are some other details that have been shared, and I think these, while they probably are true, they seem very trolly in a fashion, but they do come from Data Miner the Thinny on Twitter. I kind of got them right at the last minute before I was recording this video, but again, he could be trolling us, so take this with a grain of salt, but I feel like they're true. He said, supposedly there'll be 2 emotes that Sub-Zero will have, one pouring a tea from a teapot and the other playing on a DJ turntable. Supposedly they relate back to earlier Sub-Zero parodies or memories of fandom, moments of fandom, where a fan dressed as Sub-Zero actually is pouring tea from a teapot in a mock PS4 cover for a Mortal Kombat game called Mortal Kombat, which is a form of Tejano music. Since I am a Texan, I know this. So yeah, that's supposedly where that comes from. So we'll see if those are actually true. People in the comments were saying that there was some truth to this, so we'll have to kind of wait and see. He also mentions that Sub-Zero will also get some similar accessories. There's some shoes, I guess, that Godzilla was wearing. He'll have access to those. Don't know if that's specific more to just Sub-Zero or the ones that Godzilla wore, or if it's just all throughout Fortnite, any accessories that you have, they'll be able to be, attachable or worn for Sub-Zero. I sort of go with the later. There were people in the comments that were saying that they had accessories that they were able to put on other guest characters or guest skins. So I kind of go with that because of what I know about Fortnite, they're usually not whole brand new characters per se. They're usually just a skin of an existing character, the model, I would say. You can at me in the comments, but I think that's how that works. So I just wanted to record some breaking news that came after I finished recording and started editing this video. Basically kind of breaking down some of the mythic move sets that we can expect to see from Sub-Zero in Fortnite. So this comes from, I'm hoping it's in Sheena? Sorry if I mispronounce that. BR on X is first look at the Sub-Zero mythic. Melee mythic that lets you punch enemies. Includes a mobility feature where you dash forward a few meters, then perform some type of uppercut. We then get to see a clip that was posted, probably unofficially, that looks like it's, I'm guessing, the Midas character. You can at me in the comments if I got that wrong, but it looks like it's Midas walking from, if I'm watching it, from left to right, and you can obviously Sub-Zero is approaching him, and then he kind of basically breaks out into the ice slide. You also can see he's gonna throw like a projectile at him. He does that, so kind of already kind of getting a better look at what we can expect to see, and so far I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm getting more excited about what Sub-Zero is going to be like in Fortnite, and I'm really interested to see how they're going to do with Scorpion. So That's the late breaking news. I know there'll be other news that comes out after the video's release. I'll try to cover that in maybe like a Mortal Kombat mashup video, but just want to kind of add this real quick tidbit back in the video. So let's get back to it. So let's kind of dive into the details of kind of the history behind this, other IPs, and why now. So this isn't the first time we've heard about Mortal Kombat and Fortnite having such a crossover event or collaboration happen. Way back, pretty much during COVID, back in November of 2021, I covered a leak that had come out saying that there was going to be some type of announcement at that year's Game Awards with Mortal Kombat supposedly coming to Fortnite, but it never materialized. We had other, you know, leaks and comments about other crossover events with Mortal Kombat, but you know, we all thought Mortal Kombat would have been a perfect time for Mortal Kombat to get in the game, and this was kind of a way to do that. Um, it's interesting that it didn't happen then, but it happened now. Why now? Now, I want to say that this is not the only Warner Brothers IP that has been in Fortnite. There's been quite a few. The majority of them are characters that you would expect that are more, I would call, family friendly, right? More of the comic book characters, right? So a lot of them are from DC Comics. We have Batman and Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Aquaman and Black Manta, the Joker and Poison Ivy, Green Arrow, The Flash, Raven and Beast Boy from Teen Titans. We have Deathstroke, Superman, Bloodsport. That's more of a more obscure one. Wonder Woman, The Batman Who Laughs, Starfire, Dreamer, and Black Adam. And then we have other Warner Bros. IPs like Rick and Morty, various characters from that franchise. And we had some stuff from The Matrix happen. So it's very interesting that we have all those, but we never once got anything from Mortal Kombat, right? Again, that's not the only IP that wasn't involved. As we saw from Multiverses, there are a large number of IPs that could have been in there. And I've made a video where I talked about all the various IPs that could have come to Multiverses. So, you know, maybe this is just the beginning. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but just bear with me. So, is this the very first Mortal Kombat crossover ever? No. I myself did not know that all these other collaborations, a lot of them are of old. A lot of them are from the earlier days of Mortal Kombat in the 90s when Midway was still around. And a lot of these are more like Easter eggs, unlockables, skins, stuff like that. So I kind of just majority picked from the list that were more like playable characters. But here's a list, and shout out to the Mortal Kombat fandom for kind of drawing this list together. So I have Bally's 1994 World Cup Championship, where Raiden had a cameo appearance in a pinball machine via bonus round. We have NBA Jam Tournament Edition, has Mortal Kombat inspired Easter egg that allows players to play as a Mortal Kombat character. There were various ones. We have MLB Slugfest Loaded, where Sub-Zero and Scorpion both appear as secret characters. We have PsyOps, the Mindgate Conspiracy, where Scorpion appeared as a selectable skin for the game. We have The Grid, where Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Noob Saibot are secret characters in the game. That's kind of the first time I saw Noob in a guest role. We have NFL Blitz. Love my NFL Blitz of that back in the day. Raiden and Shinnok appear as unlockable characters. NBA Ballers, Phenom, and the Training Academy stage, characters such as Sub-Zero, Raiden, and Liu Kang appear in the background, watching with the crowd. Here's a more recent one. We have Batman Arkham City Lockdown, where Kano is canon to the game. He appears in the game, and you have to beat him as Batman. Interesting. We have WWE Immortals in the mobile game. Xavier Woods is in a Raiden outfit. Forwardly named Raiden, and Johnny Cage is a playable and unlockable character. Now, interesting enough, this is also not the very first Epic Games and Mortal Kombat crossover. So, I don't know about you, but as a kid that grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, I remember walking through my mall and walking past Comp USA. This is aging myself. And going in there and seeing what the latest and greatest PC games were. I could not afford a gaming PC of that version at the time, a gaming PC to play games. Now, they weren't like they are now. I mean, they were all about the same, but it was all about the graphics cards and RAM. That was the big thing back then. So I remember this game that came out, and it was called Unreal Tournament. That I was not a very big PC player, but I remember always asking my mom to go to the mall so I could play Unreal Tournament just at the mall, because again, we couldn't afford it. But in saying that, kind of speed up a little bit, you know, after CompUSA, you know, went the way of the dodo bird, But back in 2005, Epic Games and Midway, who was still, in charge of Mortal Kombat, collaborated on Unreal Championship 2, the Leandri conflict, where Raiden is an unlockable character. So they have had a relationship once before, so it makes sense now. Now all the pieces come together. Why it's been easy. I don't know why it's taken this long, but okay, now it makes sense why we're back again to that. So Ed Boon already has a relationship with the guys at Epic Games who's in charge of Fortnite. So now it kind of makes sense. But again, I stress with why now? Why now? So let's quick look at Mortal Kombat 1 and Kombat Pack 3. So after Chaos Reigns was not as well received by Mortal Kombat fans and gamers, I personally I was okay with it. There was things that were opportunities for the Kombat Pack, but I feel like overall it did kind of progress the story forward. Did not like the ending, and we did get some good characters out of it. Even though I feel like right now they're just people are not as interested. They're just like, just give it to me. Um, Kombat Pack 3 still looks like it's going to be scrapped. But aside from an Easter egg featuring the Pink Ninja Floyd, which is kind of giving players something new and exciting to play in the game again, is this kind of NetherRealm's way of making up for not having a Kombat Pack 3, potentially not having Kombat Pack 3. It's scrapped, not scrapped, could be, could not be. Hopefully I'll have time to kind of do a deep dive and make some videos about that, but there's that. There's one aspect of it. Is this Ed Boon's way of making up for that? Because I guess they assume that if you play Mortal Kombat, you play Fortnite? I don't know. Let's see, we have multiverses. So why didn't we ever get this crossover in the Warner Brothers game Multiverses? That would have been the very clear thing, right? There was enough time for them to do that, so why didn't we do that? Because we were trying to be family focused, and typically these characters are not family friendly characters. But would that have been enough to save it financially from the financial loss that it was? We know that Season 5 will be the last season, and one wonders if Mortal Kombat would have been the IP that would help, keep it alive, but we'll never know. And of course, that game is also going away. So, kind of a failed Smash Brothers, or even I guess Fortnite and some. Well, it was mostly Smash Brothers, but kind of a failed experiment there. I just think it was all about implementation and the fact that they came out with it, pulled it, and brought it back. That's probably what killed it. One of the things that killed it. I kind of lean more to the third thing I have here, which is David Zaslav partnering with other companies to expand the IP visibility and trying to do like a cash grab. So if you're not aware, Warner Bros. Discovery is the parent company of Warner Brothers Games, TV, movies, all those divisions, right? And they're trying to basically recoup a lot of money that has been lost from the initial merger, money that they continue to lose from TV, news, movies, and now gaming. Currently, Warner Brothers and Max RPs are being shown on Netflix, which has been a success. That collaboration has been a success. Is Warner Brothers games and their IPs the next to do this with this Mortal Kombat and Fortnite collab? Is this something that we're going to see more of? More Warner Brothers games characters coming to Fortnite or other, other gaming IPs that can support those type of crossovers like Call of Duty and stuff like that? Are we going to see that there? Mortal Kombat and Hogwarts Legacy were financial successes for Warner Brothers games, but making up the deficit that Multiverses, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League have made could take more than just crossovers in the future. It's not for sure how Warner Bros. Will actually make money off of this collaboration, but I'm sure that they are in some way. I cannot imagine that, aside from just Ed Boon having a relationship with Epic Games, I cannot imagine that Warner Bros. Games or David Zaslav would let those characters go to another game and not have some type of cash flow come back. So I'm assuming for all the people that buy the Battle Pass, maybe if they buy those specific characters and skins, I'm sure there's money involved there. And I guess over time, maybe if it's more popular and more characters get added, they all get those. So, and I'm sure they've had that kind of steady cash flow anyways with all the other DC Comics characters and stuff like that, Rick and Morty, all that coming over the years. So that's kind of my idea of why now. I think maybe it's the third option. While I like to say that MK fans matter, I think money matters more, and that's just the truth of things. And so I think that that's probably as they're trying to do a cash grab. They know that those character IPs will make headlines, which is what they've done. Obviously, fans of Fortnite will probably, for sure, the older ones, maybe the younger ones, but I would guess more of the young adult and up, demographic will definitely gravitate towards those two characters. And I'm assuming if they're successful, we'll see probably more Mortal Kombat characters, possibly Raiden being included in there somewhere. rumored, but it's this kind of opens the door for other ones to join. There are other very popular characters, the girls, Katana and Melina. So there's other character opportunities in the future for Fortnite. So, again, as reported by Siege GG, the Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2 Battle Pass will be released on Friday, February 21st. And like every other Battle Pass, it will cost 1,000 V-Bucks. After purchasing, you'll have the ability to unlock all premium rewards on the top of the free goodies available. So, after saying all that, if you do not play Fortnite, are you going to be playing Fortnite now? Is this enough to get you to dip your toe into Fortnite with these 2 Mortal Kombat characters added? And if you do play Fortnite, are you excited to see Sub-Zero and Scorpion being added to the mix? I'll leave your thoughts in the comments down below. That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, the like button. If you want more like this one, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.